It's that time of year when fear comes out to play. Welcome to a very special episode on the Media Cabinet. Let's begin, shall we? What is up, all my horror fans out there? Welcome to what is going to be an awesome video inside the Media Cabinet. Um, this is gonna be a long one and an awesome showcase. So, buckle your seatbelt. And also, my puppy's in the background. Um, we have an awesome video for you guys today. As of this recording of this video, tonight is the night, folks. Tonight is opening night of Halloween Horror Nights 34 at Universal Orlando. That's right. For 34 years, fear has been taken to a new level as the creators of the horror genre have yet again kicked it up another amazing notch. On the as it's getting closer to what is going to be next year, the 35th anniversary, I want to look back and do a showcase of sorts of all the amazing merchandise that I have acquired over the years for Halloween Horror Nights. As last year actually marked 10 years since I've been going to the event. I started going to the event in 2012 with my dad for employee preview night when he was working for the Hard Rock Hotel. And ever since then, I have been attending the event with some casualties. I did not attend the event in 2019 because I had just moved from Florida to Charlottesville, Virginia. I didn't have a job at the time and I didn't have any income to say, okay, I'm going to get a ticket and go down to Florida. And then in 2020, the event got canceled because of COVID. And I didn't go back down in 2021 when Horror Nights came back for the 30th anniversary because with it still being a little bit after COVID, I just wasn't ready to plummet myself into that just yet. So I have been attending from 2022 to last year, 2024, when I was down in Florida doing my Disney College program. This year, for the 34th anniversary, it's still a little bit up in the air if I'm gonna go. I'm gonna try my best. But since tonight being the opening, I just wanted to come on here. So I got some really amazing merchandise that I've acquired over the years. Some I don't physically have with me because they're packed away. But I have collected Blinky cups. I have collected shot glasses, magnets, coffee cups, keychains. I got maps. I got T-shirts. So I'm wearing the 2024 house shirt, and of course it has all the houses on the back. And then I have the Little Boo medallion that lights up. And then of course I have the Little Boo hat love this hat. Really love this hat. Since on the topic of Little Boo, I also have the Shoulder Buddy, which of course has the detachable magnet puck. I love this thing. It's so squishy and so cute. And then I do have 2 of the freestyle cups that I've gotten over the years for Horror Nights. This one is, of course, the Legends Collide one from 2022. And then I do have the one from last year, but it's in my garage. And then I have the coffee cup from 2019, when they first had Ghostbusters and Killer Clowns from Outer Space as a house, and the Universal Monsters, and the second Stranger Things. And then inside the cup, these were the Uniminis, like the little collectible figures that you could have gotten, but they did them as magnets. So I have the Caretaker, Gilman, Chance, Chucky, Jack, and Frank. And then of course I also have the Chucky vinyl figure. And then I also have the Unimini Grim Reaper figure from HHN 27. And then, as just like, it was a random purchase. I liked that the way that it looked, and I loved the artwork that they had on it. I have the little coffin journal from last year, and I'm currently using it for my ranking list for Horror Nights. And I think that's what I'll use this going forward. I'll use it as my ranking book. So that's the little stuff out of the way. But there is more little stuff. So one other thing that I will show is I do have 2 of the keychains. So I got the 25th anniversary keychain and the HHN 27 keychain. And then over the course of the video, I got this holder that I have all my Horror Nights pins in. So throughout the video, I'll reach in and pull one out to showcase. But now I'm going to go ahead and get to the maps that I have. Now the first one's not actually a map, but I still like having it part of my collection. It is a little info card. I believe this was HHN 2004. What is your breaking point? This is when they used Universal and Islands of Adventure for the first time. Then we have the map for HHN Sweet 16 with the Director, Jack, Caretaker, and Storyteller on the front. And there you go, you can see Halloween Horror Nights 17, or 2007, Jack's Carnival of Carnage. Which was when Universal acquired the rights of Lionsgate, and they were able to use uh, Freddy Krueger, Jason Voorhees, and Leatherface. Bloody Mary, HHN 2008. Which, after looking through this map, there was really no intellectual properties used during this year. Bolt variations of HHN 19 ripped from the silver screen with the Usher. And of course the Universal Palace Theater in the background. Good evening, moviegoers. Such a great lineup for this year, really. The houses were amazing, and the Chucky house, everybody loved the Chucky house, and Leave It to Cleaver, Rocky Horror, Saw, The Wolfman, so. Bolt variations of HHN 20 Years of Fear. I wish, honestly, and I say this all the time, I wish that I could have started going to Horror Nights when it was Sweet 16, but I was too young at the time. But I wish I probably would have been okay doing it. Yeah, I had nightmares when I was a kid, but I still would have wanted to, go and experience it. Bolt variations for Halloween Horror Nights 21 with Lady Luck. Again, I don't believe. No, there was one use of an intellectual property with this, and that was the Thing, with the remake of the Thing. And quick, before I continue the maps, gonna show off some of the pins. So this is the Artist Series pin from 2023. We have the Chucky pin. I love this pin. It's such an amazing pin. The Ghostbusters pin from last year. Frozen Empire. The Chucky pin. I think this was from 23. The Insidious, The Further pin from last year. The Main Event pin from 2023. With like the Ouija board kind of style. Now, I don't know why this is considered the pin for Horror Nights 31. I think they could have done a better design. There may have been another pin, but this was the Main Event pin that they created. This was from the Little Boo set, so this was the Black Cat. This is a Halloween pin from 2023. The Annual Pass Holder 2017 pin from the Festival of the Deadliest. The Maximum Screamage pin from 2029, the Arcade Cabinet. Another Little Boo pin. And this will be the last one for this break. The HHN 26 annual pass holder pin from You Won't Stand a Chance. Now, these maps are important to me because this was my first year attending Halloween Horror Nights. I didn't grab these maps because I only went on employee preview night. I didn't go back for the rest of the event. But it is the 2022 maps, which was the start of The Walking Dead, featured Silent Hill, Alice Cooper. The Universal Monsters made a comeback, and Penn and Teller was also featured. So I got all three variations of the map. One variation for Halloween Horror Nights 23. This was considered my very first map that I actually got because I went back on another night aside from employee preview night, so I got the map. There were three other variations. There were two other variations. It was Walking Dead, I think Evil Dead, and I think Resident Evil was the other variation. I don't remember. Have all three variations for HHN 24, 2014. So Walking Dead, Halloween, first time when it was at the event, and Alien vs. Predator. I like to show off the Halloween variation. And there's a view at some of the merchandise. And of course the main intellectual properties were From Dusk Till Dawn, AMC's The Walking Dead, Halloween, Alien vs. Predator, and Dracula Legacy. And then I have a map from, I only have one variation. I don't have all the variations from the event, but I have the map from 2025, from the 25th anniversary. And then on the inside, with this map, I know that there was multiple variations. I think it was only two. I don't think there was three variations. I have my lanyard holder from HHN 25. I thought I would keep it. And then it showcases some of the merchandise, the Jack icon. And then this saw an update for the map, opened up a different way. The main intellectual properties for 2025 was Insidious, The Purge, AMC's The Walking Dead, An American Werewolf in London, and Freddy vs. Jason. And then I also have the back of the phone case from HHN 25. I wanted to keep it, so I take it as like a ticket to Jack's Carnival. This is the map for HHN 26, You Won't Stand a Chance. Main intellectual properties were FX's American Horror Story, The Exorcist, The Walking Dead, and for the last time, and Texas Chainsaw Massacre. Loved the colors in this map. Oh, and Halloween as well, and Krampus. Next, we have the map from 2017, HHN 27, the Festival of the Deadliest. featuring The Shining, Saw, and for a second time, American Horror Story. This map, I loved this map because it had like a marble, like granite color to it, and then you had like tones of like red and orange and gray. So this featured, like I said, American Horror Story, The Shining, The Horrors of Blumhouse, Ash vs. Evil Dead, and Saw, and also had the best house ever, Scarecrow the Reaping. This was a cool year. You have the story of the Festival of the Deadliest. Everybody thought that there was going to be an icon, but it just never really turned out that there was one. It was just that giant Grim Reaper, and everyone called him Big Daddy Bones. That's what people were calling him. And then, of course, I got the other phone case from it as well. And then at the time when I was an annual pass holder, I did have the mailer that you got for being an annual pass holder, which was a really cool fold out, showcasing all the houses, all the scare zones, the shows. So I wish that they would still do stuff like this. My final time experiencing Halloween Horror Nights when I lived in Orlando, HHN 28, featuring Halloween 4 for the first time, Stranger Things, and for the first time, Poltergeist. We had a color scheme of orange and purple on here. We also saw the sequel to Dead Exposure as well. Carnival Graveyard, which was amazing. Another entry in the Scary Tales. Slaughter Cinema. Trick or Treat was also featured at here, and The Horrors of Blumhouse as well made another comeback. And then, even though I didn't attend the event, I did have people send me stuff, some event shirts and other stuff, and including the map. So HHN 29, I like to call it the Revenge of the 80s. Because like if you looked at like Poltergeist and everything, I think that came out in the 90s or the 80s, I don't remember. And of course you have that awesome arcade theme, the arcade cabinet, the neon at the top. And this, of course, featured us, the other half of Stranger Things, and Ghostbusters. And then also featured, of course, Killer Clowns from Outer Space as a house. Universal Monsters made a comeback. There was a sequel to Nightingales, and House of a Thousand Corpses. And of course, Rob Zombie's Hellbilly Deluxe. This is the Scarecrow stock that Universal was doing in place of Halloween Horror Nights 30 for 2020. Someone sent me this, so. And then, of course, I got sent the map for the 30th anniversary. I really wish that I could have gone, but like I said, it was just a little bit after COVID, and I just didn't feel comfortable going down there. So, that'd be safe than sorry. So we got the 30th anniversary, featured Beetlejuice, Texas Chainsaw Massacre, and The Haunting of Hill House, and of course the return of Jack and the Icons. Also featured, quite possibly, one of the coolest houses ever, HHN Icons Captured. Of course, The Bride of Frankenstein Lives, Puppet Theater, Welcome to Scary, The Wicked Growth, Realm of the Pumpkin, Case Files on Earth, and of course Revenge of the Tooth Fairy. And it was also the first time that we were introduced to Halloween Nightmare Fuel and the amazing troupe from Fuel Girls. Next, HHN 2022 Halloween Horror Nights HHN 31, a celebration of all things Halloween, which featured, of course, the return of Halloween, Michael Myers, The Weekend After Hours Nightmare, and another amazing chapter set in the horrors of Blumhouse, featuring Freaky and the Black Phone. And of course, the introduction of the Scare Squad. And of course, this one shows off some of the amazing food and merchandise. And of course, our map. Now, this one also featured Universal Monsters Legends Collide. There wasn't a lot when it came to the intellectual properties. You only had The Weekend, Halloween, Blumhouse, and Universal Monsters. So 4. And of course it had the nightmare known as Hellblock Horror. No offense. Look, we all know it wasn't the greatest house. But I mean, there are fans out there that liked it, and yeah, to each their own. And then, of course, the last year that we would see a Halloween Horror Nights map, HHN 32, where we got to see the introduction of Dr. Oddfellow, and learn about his story and his role in the HHN lore. And of course, this featured The Exorcist Believer, the 4th chapter in Stranger Things, and PlayStation's and Naughty Dog's The Last of Us. Such a freaking amazing house. Really good. Stranger Things was a little bit of a letdown. Sorry. Here we got our food. And of course, our map. Also saw a house based off of one of the greatest roller coasters next to Velocicoaster, Dueling Dragons. Also, we saw Chucky, Universal Monsters Unmasked, one of my absolute favorites. Yeti, Campground Kills, The Darkest Deal. This was such a fun house. Amazing scares. Really amazing scares. Dr. Oddfellow's Twisted Origins, Blood Moon Dark Offerings. So this was a good year. Really good year. So there you have it. That's all the maps that I have acquired over the years for Halloween Horror Nights. And we got a couple more pins to go through, and then we'll get to the main meat, which is the shirts and, of course, lanyards. So here, this is from that free pack with Little Boo, the black cat, and then there was a skeleton. The annual pass holder pin from HHN 28, which actually does glow in the dark. The rotting pumpkin that brought the, I like to say that this is how the horrors that came out from HHN 28 escaped. The Demigorgon Unimini pin, which also came with 11, and I do have that pin as well. The Ghostbusters pin from HHN 29 with the Dangle No Ghost. The Beetlejuice pin from HHN 29. No, not 29, 30. I still need to get like the big Beetlejuice pin. I want that pin. The annual pass holder pin from HHN 25. The main event pin from HHN 27, Festival of the Deadliest. And the melt does move up and down. I love this pin. It's such a beautiful design. And like even like up here, like these are actually very painful. Here's my gripe about this pin. This is the annual pass holder pin for HHN 30. I don't think this should have been made as the annual pass holder pin, because I feel like it was just supposed to be like the main event pin. And this is, I love this pin so much. Of course, on it you got representation of the storyteller, the director, Jack, and Eddie. And at the bottom it says 30 years, 30 fears. And they're all like popping out a little bit. This is a cool Halloween Horror Nights 30 pin. It's a little scratched up, but it's still really cool. The annual pass holder pin from HHN 2023, which was Dueling Dragons. This, aside from this pin, I think is one of the coolest annual pass holder pins, and I was happy that they were selling it and letting anybody be able to buy it. This is the Pumpkin Lord pin from 2022. This is from another pin set with Little Boo. This was from 2023. The Stranger Things pin from HHN 2018, and it still lights up. The main event pin for HHN 26, You Won't Stand a Chance. The Michael Myers pin. This was considered the, I think, Artist Series, or no, it wasn't. The Unimini Michael Myers pin from 2016. The Grim Reaper Big Daddy Bone Unimini pin from HHN 27. The Unimini 11 pin. And then we have the Tombstone and the Crow from HHN 2023. And then the last 4 pins that I have in here, when I have them on my pin board, I have them all lined up together. And it's the Artist Series pins of let's see if I can do this to show them off. The free variations of Jack for 2015. So you have the black and white Ringmaster Jack. This one was considered zombie Jack. I don't understand what makes it zombie. I really don't. and then Ringmaster Jack. And then I love this pin. This is by far my favorite Halloween Horror Nights pin, including the one for this year, which I still need to get. I have my friend that's going to get it for me. This is the main event pin for Halloween Horror Nights 2015, the 25th anniversary pin, 1991 to 2015, to signify the 25th anniversary. And the buzzsaw spins. Sierra de Grande de Culo, the big ass saw. So there you have it. That is all my awesome Halloween Horror Nights pins. That is gonna be a pain in the tuchus to put back on my pin board, but I wanted to show them off for this video. You know, that was my whole intention with this video. You know, and I had this planned. You know, for event night. You know, to kick off spooky season, I wanted to, you know, have this amazing video where I showed off all the amazing merchandise that I have gotten over the years. So now we get to what is considered the meat and potatoes, showing off the shirts. Aside from snacks and food and booze, I think the shirts are the #1 item that people get when they go to Halloween Horror Nights. Whether it be a key art shirt or a house shirt, which I like to call the main event shirts, everyone's walking out with one of those. With also little expectations as well, or little exceptions in other merchandise as well. Like for instance, the socks from Halloween Horror Nights 2017. I have another pair of socks. They're the 2019 socks, but I don't know where they are. The 2018 socks with the "We Know What Scares You." Also, you can't see them in frame, but over here, right here, I have two Horror Nights posters. The Festival of the Deadliest from 2017 and the "We Know What Scares You" poster that features Michael Myers, Stranger Things, Sam from Trick or Treat, and the Light Monster from Poltergeist. And then the last set of socks that I was able to find is the 30th anniversary socks. So I love these socks. I think they're cool. I love the design. Okay, so now we're getting into the shirts and hoodies and other hats. So this is the main event shirt for 2023, which has all the houses on the back and is blacklight reflective. The 2017 Festival of the Deadliest hat. This is considered a mix of intellectual properties and a mix of originals. The hoodie from last year. And then the zip-up Jack the Clown hoodie from 2015. The Jack the Clown Key Art t-shirt. The 2017 Festival of the Deadliest Key Art Annual Pass Holder shirt. The 2018 Main Event shirt that says True Fear Comes From Within. This angered so many people because it had the Scare Zone, the Harvest, on it. And it was so close to having all the houses on it, but it's like they screwed up so badly. Every Day is Halloween, 31, Universal Studios. I love this artwork, including the logo. It was such a fun logo. From HHN 2022. Another Horror Nights key art shirt for 2017. Key art from 2018. And then In Blood, We Know What Scares You. The HHN 29 Maximum Screamage Arcade Cabinet shirt. The HHN 30th Anniversary Main Event shirt with the Don't Go Alone on the front. And of course, the murder board on the back with all the houses. Why do I have so many shirts from HHN 20? Oh, you know what? One of them was mine and one of them was my dad's. So that's why I got two versions of this shirt. And then the Main Event shirt from 2017, the main house shirt. The Beetlejuice key art shirt. And on the back it says, Don't Trust the Living. Love this shirt. 30 Years, 30 Fears, with the red ringer. The Farewell Dudes, Bill and Ted's Excellent Halloween Adventure from HHN 2017. The Main Event shirt from HHN 25, All Jacked Up. And well, no, this isn't the last one, but this was considered my first HHN house shirt. Fear Will Eat You Alive, HHN 24. And last but not least, the Main Event shirt for HHN 31. So there we have it. That is all my Horror Nights shirts that I have. With those shirts, I could essentially turn them into a comforter if I wanted to. On to the final part of this video, lanyards. So here we have the Dr. Oddfellow design. And then on the inside it says, Never Go Alone. The HHN 25 lanyard, which also has my Jack medallion on it. The HHN 26 You Won't Stand a Chance lanyard. The 2017 Festival of the Deadliest pin. I meant not pin, lanyard. The Ghostbusters lanyard from last year with the embossed letters. The Child's Play lanyard. A lanyard from HHN 24. The smallest Halloween Horror Nights lanyard from the Amulet of Fear. The HHN 22 lanyard. Ripped from the silver screen. Beetlejuice. Absolutely love this lanyard. The Dirty Years, Dirty Fears lanyard. Also in here I have all the coins that I've gotten from HHN 30 to HHN 33 last year. I'm not going to showcase all of them. This video is long enough. The Stranger Things lanyard from HHN 28. The Ghostbusters lanyard from HHN 2019. This awesome little Boo lanyard from last year. I love the colors featured in here. The 2019 main lanyard. The Halloween lanyard from 2022. And of course the Studio Screamers lanyard, which I also put my Monsters Unchained keychain on. So that is it. That is my entire Halloween Horror Nights merchandise collection, with some pieces missing. But here's what I want to say. Halloween Horror Nights opened up something inside me that changed my outlook on horror and made me a fan of slasher movies and horror movies. And I'm thankful for the times that I've been able to go. I'm really holding on and praying that I'm going to be able to go this year. If not, it's okay. I'll be there for the 35th anniversary next year. To all my friends and YouTubers that are checking out Halloween Horror Nights this year and tonight on opening night, or got to experience it for Premium Scream Night, I can't wait to see your videos. And I'm looking forward to that. Let me know down in the comments what has been your favorite year of Halloween Horror Nights. Also, I hope you guys enjoyed that new intro. Gonna be using that intro for spooky season. And got a new outro too. Fair warning, it's very flashy. So don't have a seizure, please. With all that being said, guys, thank you very much for checking out this video. And as they say when it comes to Halloween Horror Nights, see you in the fog. Bye for now, guys.